Good evening. Welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Aaron Morton.
And I'm Jill Haimski. Let's take a look at the news.
The propaganda video released Saturday is said to show Briton David Haynes being beheaded. Like the videos of James Foley and Stephen Setloff executions, Haynes is shown kneeling in front of his executioners, wearing an orange suit. The British Embassy in Washington, D.C. said they are working to verify the video's contents. British Prime Minister David Cameron wrote in a tweet, "The murder of David Haynes is an act of pure evil." The Prime Minister also promised to hunt down those responsible.
The Susan G. Komen Foundation held its annual Race for the Cure in Bloomington Normal Saturday. More than 1,500 people came together to fight the battle against breast cancer. At the event, survivors, caregivers, and loved ones could find support, good company, and a place for reflection. 99 teams raised more than $170,000, almost reaching their goal of $250,000. That money was used to help researchers find a cure and much more.
A solar storm is hitting Earth with powerful waves of radiation. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration said 2 coronal mass ejections hit the planet at a speed of 2.5 million miles per hour. The Earth's atmosphere keeps the radiation from penetrating to the surface, but the waves could have an effect on satellites and radio transmissions. The solar storm is expected to end late Saturday. No major problems are anticipated.
A newly proposed bill could have local police officers wearing body cameras in the near future. Illinois State Representative Jehan Gordon Booth is pushing forward legislation that could increase the price of traffic tickets by $6. The additional money would go directly to equipping police departments with body cameras. Now let's go to Katrina with sports.
Thanks, Danielle. ICC soccer coach Oz Bakerdan, for the very first time in his coaching career, had to hand out all small or medium-sized jerseys this year. He thought this would have a huge drawback for his team with a noticeable size difference. Almost all the players are less than 5'10", with only 2 players barely 6 feet. To Bakerdan's delight, the noticeable size difference has not been a problem for the Cougars, who have jumped out to a 4-0 record all away or neutral field settings. The Cougars have beaten 2 ranked NGCAA Division I teams. They beat number 15 Cloud County 1-0 and number 16 Jefferson College 2-0. Bakerdan is impressed with the team's technical play style with crisp passing and good goal scoring. Coach Bakerdan has contributed the good start to the team's overall hard work and improvement in physical condition. This can best be seen with goalie Miguel Penaloza, who lost 34 pounds in the offseason. The first 2 weeks of the ISHA football season has been a wet and rain-filled start. Most games have encountered weather delays and postponements, but each game has brought surprising scores and dramatic finishes. 5 schools have started off their seasons with a 2-0 mark this year. Those include Notre Dame, Peoria High, Washington, Canton, and East Peoria. Notre Dame destroyed their first week opponent, Richwoods, 42-0. In their second game, Notre Dame beat 7A ranked opponent Quincy behind strong play of senior quarterback DeMarco Washington. Peoria High has also been impressive in their first 2 weeks by beating traditional Quad City heavyweights Alaman and Moline with the combined scores 103-21. Washington has jumped out to a 2-0 record behind a strong defense made up of mostly first-year starts. Junior running back Randy Menoweather has come out strong in the young season with 3 touchdowns against LaSalle Peru. Canton has started out 2-0 in the season for the first time since 2007, behind the play of senior quarterback Cole Shrout, who ran for 2 touchdowns and threw 1 in their 38-32 win over Streeter. East Peoria scored in the last minute to beat Streeter in their opener, then had an easy victory over Chicago Collins, 48-6. Adrian Peterson was deactivated for Week 2 by the Minnesota Vikings for being indicted by a grand jury for negligent injury to a child. The felony charge in the state of Texas is coming from a report that Peterson hits his 4-year-old son with a wooden switch as a punishment. Peterson says that he meant no harm with his act. Authorities say that Peterson has complied completely with the investigation and through the court process. The Vikings reactivated Peterson on the 15th, the same day that another report came out that Peterson hits his other 4-year-old son. In the second report, it says his son was punished for saying a curse word to another sibling. That's all for sports. Back to you, Danielle.
Thanks, Katrina. A giant alligator caught by Falmouth, Alabama earlier this month has set a Safari Club International world record. A pair of master measurers from Safari Club International examined the 1,000-pound alligator on Friday, determining a total length of 15 feet and 9 inches. That's 13 inches longer than the organization's previous world record American alligator. The Alabama alligator was caught by the Stokes family after more than 5 hours. It was hooked in a creek about 80 miles west of the Montgomery. In order to weigh the alligator, they had to use a backhoe in order to lift it. Well, that's one good thing about living in the Midwest. The worst thing we have is bees.
Well, that wraps up Midstate Magazine for the week. I'm Katrina Baumgartner.
I'm Aaron Morden.
And I'm Dale Haimski. Have a great night and be sure to join us next week.
Great job.